I want to dive into a little bit to discuss the difference between fat loss and weight loss. Almost everyone now has a scale, right? It's easy. You should be in the nude when you get on your scale. Preferably you should weigh in the morning, right? Make sure it's calibrated on a flat floor. A lot of people have scales, and assuming that they're calibrated and they're actually, moderately accurate, then that gives you good numbers. So, we can't all have our body fat done. We know body fat's important. So can you talk a little bit about, is, the weight loss as important really than, well, my body fat, it's probably a more important marker, but people don't have access to that. So can you discuss that and how it relates also to BMI and percent body fat?
Sure. Yep. Another good question. So I think the body fat is more important than weight. And you're right. We have scales everywhere. They're in the gyms nowadays. We use them religiously. And if we don't see a decrease, we get all, fixated on it, when really the body fat's what's really important in regards to disease conditions. So I think looking now, I'll have individuals, hey, take your waist measurement. And you can't do it daily. You're not going to see a change on a daily basis in regards to waist. So even doing it every 6 to 8 weeks is more important than weight itself, especially if we're doing the weightlifting. If we're doing that strength training, muscle weighs more than fat. So you may see the numbers go up and then you're like, oh my goodness, it's defeating the purpose of what we're doing. We're not doing the right thing. We're not seeing any benefits. So you'll see the inches come down. You'll see the difference in regards to what you're wearing, the pant size decrease. So I think a waist measurement is becoming more and more important instead of using the body scale. Of course, the body scale, it's important for many reasons, the InBodies and some of the DEXs that we use. But in regards to disease condition, definitely seeing a decrease in that body fat. The higher the body fat is, the visceral fat increases the risk of disease conditions. So just making sure that we're keeping an eye on, body fat in regards to that disease condition, yes, is more beneficial. And like you said, in regards to BMI, and the BMI is not always going to be accurate. You may have an athlete that's super tall, in just that waist circumference, and there's nothing you can do, but the body fat may be within normal, which is what we want. So depending on the individual, I think if it's an athlete, sometimes we got to look outside the box and be like, okay, the body fat's going to be a better indicator because the BMI may still show they're overweight or obese, but the body fat may be, 15% for a male, which is great.